Turns out, everything we thought we knew about the boy king with the gold mask is either soaked in speculation, freaky science, or plain old murder mystery bait. Yes, I'm talking about King Tut, Tutankhamun, the pharaoh everyone recognizes, but almost nobody truly understands. Today, we're clawing past the shiny coffin to get to what genuinely makes Tut's story wild. We all learn the basics as kids. Young king, lavish tomb, curse, whatever. But let's get honest. The real story of King Tut is less about majesty and more about ancient backstabbing, medical horror, and a family drama so warped it makes Game of Thrones look tame. The story starts in 1332 BC, Egypt. Tut's father, Akhenaten, froze the nation into chaos by demanding everyone abandon all their gods for his own sun deity. Tut is born right in the middle of this spiritual civil war. He's not just king. He's a kid, maybe age 8 or 9, when they plop that crown on his head. Here's the kicker. Everything about Tut's family tree is tangled, and not in a sweet Disney way. DNA scans, yet scientists have been gene profiling 3,000-year-old mummies, show his parents were probably brother and sister. Yeah, you heard right. Kingly inbreeding was real, and it didn't do him any favors. A study led by Dr. Zahi Hawass in 2010 showed Tut's genes were scrambled to a degree that basically doomed his health from birth. That signature limp, the cane buried with him, the bizarrely shaped skull, all signs point to a mess of genetic disorders, malaria, a clubfoot, and a bone disease called Kolar disease. He wasn't just a kid running Egypt. He was a sickly kid whose body was betraying him every step. But the real freakout is his death. For decades, everyone guessed Tut died in some glamorous chariot crash, taking a royal last ride. But a CT scan in 2005 blew that up. His chest was crushed, like ribs and sternum just missing. Some say it looked like a botched embalming job. Some whisper assassination. And others think he just fell or broke his leg and infection finished the job. Dr. Hawass again put it bluntly, we do not know the reason for his death, which honestly is both terrifying and infuriating after all this time. Oh, and the infamous curse of the pharaohs? That part's less fact, more atmospheric hype. When Howard Carter unearthed Tut's tomb in 1922, newspapers lost their collective minds over the idea people kept dying mysteriously. Yes, Lord Carnarvon croaked soon after, but subsequent studies, like the 2002 British Medical Journal analysis, found folks involved lived as long as anyone else. The real curse is how Tut's legacy got mangled by nightmares and headlines. Quick checkpoint. So far, we've got an inbred, chronically ill child thrust onto a splintered throne, who dies mysteriously, and whose afterlife becomes a global circus. But the aftershocks didn't end in 1922. Even now, new scans keep turning up weird secrets, like buried knives made from meteoric iron and a ceremonial dagger so sharp and chemically weird. Experts like Dr. Daniela Comelli can barely make sense of it. Think about that. A king whose technology literally came from outer space. Now all this doom and strangeness is wrapped in gold and lapis and modern myths. We romanticize King Tut as a boy emperor, but what went into the tomb wasn't triumph. It was fear, pain, confusion, secrets his embalmers tried to patch over with resin and linen. That's the terrifying truth at the heart of his story. He was a product of broken politics and even more broken genes, which when you finally let that land, makes the mask way more chilling than charming. If this kind of hidden history twists your brain in the best way, tap subscribe. There's 1,000 more dark corners worth exploring just beneath the surface. Here's the bit most people forget. Tut might never have been famous if his tomb wasn't one of the rare ones left mostly intact, skipped by grave robbers for millennia. A fluke of bad Egyptian real estate and freak chance turned this sickly, unlucky kid into the world's most famous mummy. But under all the treasure and all the hype, what keeps pulling us back to King Tut is simple. It's not glory. It's the stomach-dropping reminder of how fragile even the most golden lives really are.